I had to cancel my other video because I was just rambling. Hi, good evening, everyone. I haven't really given an update in the last week because the CCS that I was in Lawrence did not allow me to use my um, cell phone. So I haven't been able to really give an update. So let me try to give an update now and not ramble. Okay. So, after I got discharged from McLean, I wasn't able to discharge to a CCS program, unfortunately, because I had to transport Ross. So, I transported Ross and decided I wanted to go to a CCS now that Ross has a safe place to stay. So then, actually, before my discharge, the social worker gave me a list of CCSs, the social worker from McLean. And, so I was like, okay, that's good. And, so then I went to Newton Wellesley and I told them, about my discharge, about their plan to, send me to a CCS program, but that I was not able to do that because I had to find a boarding place for my dog. And since when I found out that there was a place available, the Ocean View was available, it was kind of last minute and I couldn't find anybody to help me. So I had to do it myself. And that's why I didn't go straight to the CCS program um, after my stay at McLean. And so, Newton Wellesley did help me. They did help me get into a CCS, and they are a very good hospital. But unfortunately, every time I go to a hospital, I come across some people that are closed-minded and make false assumptions about me and do passive aggressive things to me because I'm homeless. And one of the things that was done at Newton Wellesley, and they did it once at Mass General, was to put a pee pad on the bed. I think they put a pee pad on the recliner at Mass General, and I was like, I don't have urinary incontinence. You assume that I'm a drug addict and gonna have an accident, but that's not the case. I'm not homeless because of drugs, and but so that's offensive, and I stayed the night at Newton Wellesley, um, and I asked to shower before I went to the CCS program, and they said no, that I could wash up in the sink. That's basically what they said, and that was really offensive. I even told them, no, I take regular showers. And yeah, in the last year that I've been homeless, because it's been almost a year, I have never washed up in a sink. I've only taken showers. And that's why I had a gym membership. I still have a gym membership so that I can shower, among other things. So yeah. So it's hard. It's hard to be treated that way sometimes. You know, I guess the nice hospitals sometimes, they can be a bit snobby. But even the hospitals that aren't as nice, they act the same way sometimes too, or even worse, in a more unprofessional way. So that's why I, rather go to a better hospital. And, so I went to the CCS for 5 days, and I thought it was a decent CCS. It was definitely better, much, much, much better than the one at BMC, but it was hard not using my phone and not having access to my phone. I got into some arguments with some of the other clients in the program because there was only one laptop in the living room, regular computer in the living room. We all had to take turns to use it. We had to take turns to use the phone. Um, so nothing serious happened, but there were some arguments here and there. I prefer not to deal with that because, I'm a quiet person that keeps to themselves. So I'd rather go somewhere where I could use my phone. And So, anyways, I'm back at Brigham and Women. I'm at Francis Street. I came back because I'm struggling because I had recent med changes, and these hospital stays are very quick, and they're so quick to get me out the door. And CCSs are typically 3 to 5 days. They're short stays, and I wish I could just go to the hospital again. You know, that way there could be more structure, and I would have access to more help than a CCS. CCSs are okay, but you get more help at a hospital. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay to get your medication at a CCS because they have to order it. They can get it faster in the hospital. Um, the groups are usually better at hospitals and everything than CCSs, and but I have to go with wherever they send me. But again, sometimes certain people have a negative attitude when they see a homeless person go into the hospital, even though I don't look homeless. Um, and, they're like, weren't you just in the hospital? But I'm struggling, and that really frustrated me. One of the doctors here said that, and I was very frustrated. I was like, oh my God, let me use my coping skills, so that I make sure I behave properly when dealing with this person. Because I do have mental health problems, and I don't want to act out of control. I get embarrassed when things like that happen. Um, but yeah, I mean, that was basically what my week looked like. It's right now, I'm waiting to go to a CCS, but I'm going to ask them if I can go inpatient. I don't know what they'll say to me. A lot of times they don't want to listen to me. Um, but I am thankful for the help they have given me in hospitals, and I know that I'm a person that complains a lot, and I know I do. The last year has been so tough, and I'm a complainer, I know. But they have helped me. The hospital stays have helped me. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but I definitely received help, and I've definitely had plenty of doctors help me in my life, and I have had nurses help me. I've worked with great nurses, so it's not like I'm saying all these places are bad or anything. It's just there's always problems wherever you go, and I just kind of vent about it on social media. Um, but I really just, a lot of the stress would go away if I just had a place to stay, and it would allow me to get my life back on track. I posted on Facebook, that the Wynn apartments, they said the lottery results, are up, and that they're going to be reaching out to people this month. So hopefully I find out, and then next week or two, if I got the apartment, because I'm really tired of waiting. I've been waiting since November for that apartment. I have my name on a lot of affordable apartment lists, like 10 or more, but they're not really lotteries, so the wait is usually longer. So that's why I was really hoping that the lottery would pan out. But I'll keep you guys posted on how everything goes, and hopefully things work out. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.